What's up, guys? So I came across this post, and I see it's a bit of a troll, honestly, because they spelled Kekkei Genkai wrong, and some of these aren't even Kekkei Genkai, but here we go. We had Neji with the Rinnegan and Curse Mark, Shino with Lord Jashin's Immortality, Kiba with Perfect Toad Sage Mode, Shikamaru with the Sharingan, Choji with the Byakugo Seal, which is Tsunade Strength of 100, so he gets the Infinite Regeneration, then he has his Butterfly Mode, Ino with the Byakugan, Sakura with Jugo's Curse Mark, and Rock Lee with Lightning Release. So automatically, Sakura's not winning this. She's not coming out alive in the slightest, because with Jugo's Sage Mode, she gets like a little bit of a strength buff and kind of sort of can like augment her body a little bit, but it doesn't give her more power than what she would have had with the Byakugo Seal. And so with Choji having it, he has basically infinite Butterfly Mode, and he doesn't have to worry about getting burnt out, plus his expansion jutsu, which would definitely be a force to be reckoned with. However, you have Rock Lee with Lightning Release, and if you think he was moving as a kid with Gaara and his fight with just a couple gates open, that man is going to be running the streets with a seventh or eighth inner gate opened with Lightning Release, because he'll be moving at basically light speed if he's going off of like Raikage's Lightning Release speed feats. And then every attack would just be a freaking blade. Ino, on the other hand, Byakugan doesn't really help her much with the mind transfer technique. It would, I mean, yeah, she could pull off a win by switching with one of the stronger people on this list and potentially pull something out of her ass, but she does not have the mental know-how and the technical ability, I think, to use anything the Rinnegan has, or to properly utilize any of the other abilities on this list if she even did transfer bodies with them. Kiba having a perfect Toad Sage Mode doesn't really help him in a lot of cases, because again, it's just going to enhance his physical and speed type abilities. Like, so he'll hit a little bit harder, but it's a Toad Sage Mode, and he's more of a dog guy. So being that they work a little bit differently in the fighting styles, and if he can summon toads, I don't know how well that would, you know, balance out between what he's used to. And I don't know if Akamaru would get to share in on some of that power when they do like some of their combined techniques. Shino, on the other hand, is an interesting one, because if he's immortal and his bugs are immortal, his bugs can actually eat chakra. So I'm assuming they could be able to like break down any ninjutsu that's thrown at them. But the Rinnegan is just like too broken, so I don't know if he could stop like Rinnegan level ninjutsu. On the other hand, Shikamaru with Sharingan should be able to tie down Rock Lee specifically, because the eye prowess that he possesses what Kakashi needed to be able to make his lightning blade work without getting that tunnel vision. So I imagine he'd be able to keep up with Rock Lee's speed enough to tie him down if he needed to. Plus, he was able to stop Hidan in the past with his immortality, so I'm sure he could find a workaround for Shino. So with that being said, it's between Neji and Shikamaru, and I would probably give the win to Shikamaru for brains, but just knowing how good Neji is, and if he wouldn't have gotten killed off so early, him being having that level of power, he'd definitely pull off a win somehow, some way against these guys.